Hey everyone, welcome back to Aimless Dreamers Having Discussions. Today we are having a look at the MOZA, that's the wrong way, R3 Bundle for PC and Xbox. That is what we're doing. We're also going to have a look inside, if I can grab it. We'll be having a, oh my god, we'll be having a look inside this bag. I have a little bit to discuss about that. I also have some updates and some other stuff to talk about. It's going to be a fun episode. It's going to be hopefully not a long one, but this is just going to be the unboxing. I'm not going to be doing the review in this episode. We'll be doing that in a separate one coming hopefully sometime soon. Yeah, that's all I got for now. Uh we're going to go unbox it. I have a clip to run for you in the intro. We're gonna do that, and I'll be right back, and we'll talk about everything a little bit. And yeah, I'll run the unboxing, my unboxing, while I talk about some of what I have to talk about. It's all a good thing. Oh, it's been a long month, really. We'll get there, but hey, notifications, go away. No. Armory crate? Why? Anyway, yeah, that's all I got for now, guys. We'll be right back. Look, I know everyone despises ads and promotions. I do as well, and I don't want to interrupt the entire episode, so I just want to put this at the front and ask for a minute of your time. That's all. Just a minute, I promise. Through the Hoobie link down below, you should be able to find it. It's a weird name. You can find our link of links, and that gives you access to the Help Aimless Stay Aimless Fund if you want to directly support the channel. There's our Patreon, the A.I M Project, where you have access to everything ad-free, and if you want to pay the $5 a month and help support the channel that way, you'll get access to Aimless music, Aimless shows, and Aimless movies. You can also find our YouTube page, Aimless96024, TikTok, Instagram, X, and Buzzsprout for the audio files. There's also Spotify that has video files attached to them. Then there's Apple Music and Apple Podcasts. Unfortunately, no video there. But that's it. That's all I want to tell you. I hope you enjoy the episode. Stay aimless. See you soon. All right, everyone, and we're back. So, as mentioned, we have a couple things that I want to talk about while I take a quick look at our MOZA R3 bundle, which the unboxing clip will be played up in one of the corners. I'm not sure where, but you're going to see it here in just a second. But before we get to looking at the wheelbase, the pedals, and accessories. We'll talk about the accessories first. I quickly want to go over a couple other things. So, a couple of the videos have been slightly delayed. It's my bad. It is my bad. It's been a long month. Last week, or I guess, yeah, for when this is coming out, last week. Basically dead center of April. There was some family that came down, and I also had my car got robbed, so I was dealing with that as well. Not anything bad was stolen. It was stupid situation. Anyway, my car registration got stolen. Stupid things. So I took the last week and a half just kind of get back into the groove of things, so I plan to get an extra main channel episode and also an extra A.I M Project episode out this month at some point. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna. It should hopefully be between this episode and the one that comes out on the 30th and 31st. I'm going to start posting the AIM Project episodes the day after the main channel episodes. So this should be coming out on the 23rd. We'll have an AIM Project episode coming out on the 24th. We'll have a bonus episode coming out each sometime in between the 24th and the 30th. And then we will have a 30th main channel episode, and I'm pretty sure there's a 31st day this month. If not, it will come out May 1st. So that's our new plan. Just wanted to go over that quickly and explain where I've been. So I was supposed to have one last week. So I'm very sorry about that. On to the second point, we have the bag. Yes, the bag. I'll put it on me here for a second. In this bag, I want to talk about this. This. So I actually have no problem with this in my hand, which is the Fanatec McLaren GT3 wheel. I have no problem with this. This is not where my beef was with Fanatec. So yes, I've owned a sim racing setup before. My sim racing rig that I use, it's not really a rig, it's portable rig. I love it. It's great. I'm a little tall for it, but it's the next level, I believe, next level light portable foldable rig. It really wasn't rated for what I got. This ended up working for 3 months, I believe, about 2 years ago at this point, and it was great. I loved this thing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be here trying to diss Fanatec all too much today. Maybe we'll save that for another episode, unless they want to send me some product, and I can review some product that works. Anyway, it was rated for Xbox. Sorry, I probably just exploded the microphone. It was bittersweet. I've contacted Fanatec support. I wasn't the only one that ran into these issues because, as I said, it wasn't the wheel that was the issue. It was this. Come here. Come here. Oh my God. Why are you so heavy? This was my problem. Okay. This thing is stupid heavy. You make me so sad. Anyway, this here is the Fanatec Club Sport DD wheelbase that was also rated to work with Xbox. This is the QR2 version. It worked, and one day I noticed the force feedback was being weird. Well, me and my friend Eric had noticed the force feedback was off and had no force feedback. It was just a loose wheel, but you know, it would turn on, the wheel would turn on, everything was working per se, button wise. But then it might have been a couple weeks after that, going to play around with it. I tried wiping all the drivers, reinstalling the drivers, and it was having the same issues. And eventually, someday, went to go use it and it wouldn't power on. The power button was completely unresponsive. So since then, off and on, I've been in contact with Fanatec support, and that was hard because Corsair was acquiring the company. So I put it to rest there for a while because Fanatec, before they were acquired by Corsair, was not responding to me. And I wasn't the only one who had issues with this wheelbase. Everyone seemed to be having issues of sorts. And my issue was a common issue. So anyway, fast forward a little bit, maybe 9 months ago, so late 2025, I was getting in contact with them again after Corsair had fully acquired Fanatec, and I was getting responses. It was my bad. Actually, I didn't see the last email that came through. that was asking for my shipping information, and they were going to send me the shipping label after they saw the video and stuff. I was trying to send the video, but sending videos over email is always never fun. So it was a back and forth for a bit, and I didn't see that last email thread, and it was a few weeks after that I got back, and I never heard back from them. They said they had closed off the ticket. They assumed either hopefully it was working again or something. Anyway, so since then, I think that would have been 5 or 6 months ago that I was doing that, and I've sent one email once a month to them, trying to get conversation with them again and talk about it and apologize that I missed their last email on the last thing. And anyway, now there's no response. So I'm not sure where my emails are going. I'm not sure if they're receiving them. I don't know. So as much as my experience when this worked was my ideal sim racing experience I could ever have, I can't in good conscience go with the company again. So that is why we've gone with MOZA. Again, Fantech, if you want to send me one of your newer products, preferably a QR2 one, because I do not trust your QR ones. They're Mr. Wiggly Wheel people. I don't know if they sell QR1 anymore. They might not. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is the QR2 Fantech Club Sport DD. And it's been very sad to look at this thing sitting there for 2 years and not be able to do anything. So that's all I wanted to bring up about that. Following that, we have the MOZA Racing R3 Bundle, which let's go to that now. Look, my unboxing experience for this was fantastic. I am very happy with it. And I think I'll put up the unboxing video now, not earlier. So sorry about that. If you're wondering where that unboxing video is, it should be playing now. Be weird to play it during the first part. So here's the MOZA R Racing. I might put it at the beginning. I don't know. The MOZA Racing R3 Bundle. And the first thing I'll say, let's get some of the... It's not really even a negative, and we haven't used it yet. We haven't tested it. This is just an unboxing and initial impressions episode. We'll have a full review episode come out at some point after I get to play around with it a bit, get a feel for it, and compare it to... I know people are probably saying that the stickers on it. I know the stickers on it. I don't want to take it off yet. I'll take it off when I first start using it. Anyway, I know a lot. I really like the clicks on this. This is awfully satisfying. I don't know if my is really nice. Compared to the Fantech GT3, although that is nice too. That's not so nice. That one is nice. Not so nice. So I prefer the clicky clicks on the MOZA Racing wheel. What else really? Oh, the wheel itself is much smaller than I was expecting. I knew it was a small wheelbase, or a small wheel. I wasn't expecting it to be large, but it really is. It's a little tiny wheel. That's fine. There's some cool things about this that's different than the Fantech setup. For Fanatec, the wheelbase is what you have to make sure is Xbox compatible. Here, this would work with PC or Xbox. It's this that you have to make sure is is the ESX wheel. Now I'm pretty sure this works with PC as well. It's just if you got the ES bundle, the R3 ES bundle, your wheel wouldn't have the Xbox logo or the Xbox buttons, I don't believe, and it definitely doesn't have the Xbox bundle, and it would be PC only. So none of MOZA's racing bundles or products are compatible with PlayStation. So if you're on PlayStation, I'm sorry, you would have to look elsewhere. Fanatec has products, mind you. You just heard what I had to say about Fanatec, but you know they're a newer company now. You might not have. Yeah, everyone's experience with Fanatec is their own. So it's their products are very good. Don't get me wrong. And maybe, hopefully, having a PlayStation would make a difference on the products continuing to function. I'm going to get off Fantech now. What's really nice now, the power output. The power output on the Club Sport DD is 12 newton meters. This is 3.9. And really, if you look at basically 4 newton meters to 12, the price is very well justified for this. This is a fantastic price point, and you get everything you need. If you want a sim racing rig, you can get a pretty inexpensive one for not a bad price. This comes with the table clamp as well. That should be in the oh my god, unboxing clip up on the corner at some point. I'm not going to go over that. It is just basically a table clamp. It's very nice. I'm not going to be testing it because I have the rig, but from everything I've watched online, you can use that little table clamp. No problem. You'll have no problem using that on a table as long as your table is not a flimsy, flexible, not good table. If you have a sturdy table, it will be fine. You will be fine. So, everything I've also heard is this compared to any Logitech wheelbase, you'll have it's leagues above any Logitech. It's leagues above most Thrustmaster base model Thrustmaster products. It's really tiny. It is really, really tiny and really, really light, and that is nice compared to that behemoth that I just showed. Now, while you are locked into the ESX wheel, there are configurations to take the rubber, the polyurethane, I'm not sure what they said this was. You can take this off somehow and just have this centerpiece. And then you can have, there's a larger 12-inch, just fully, it's a full circle wheel. And then there's also a Formula One style, like kind of like the McLaren GT3 wheel, that you can take off and put on and substitute. So you don't need to get a whole new wheel. You just get the attachment piece that somehow this comes off and that goes on, if that makes sense. So that's really nice. For me, I'm perfectly happy with that. For if you want to do rally racing, you'd have your 12-inch standard rally racing circle wheel. For GT3 cars, you have these. You could use this pretty simply with any car, don't get me wrong, but you're experienced to have the Formula One, the rally racing, and then your standard wheel is that's awesome. For me, I'm okay not having 12 wheels. Plus, I'm never going to be buying 12 wheels. Maybe someday, but anyway, that is the MOZA R3 wheel and wheel base. A couple things to note as well, just because we won't be doing in this episode. You would want to connect this, and I'll be doing this after this, but connect this to a PC first, or a laptop, or so on. It's going to be an Xbox mode first, so you have to press and hold S1 and S2 to switch it, and the LED lights will change. And then you're in PC mode, and then you're going to want to download MOZA Pithouse. I'm not sure if you download the drivers for this as well through MOZA Pithouse, or if you do that first on the MOZA website. I would definitely go check out, I think it's called Pithouse on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's what their channel's called. Go check them out, and they'll be able to explain in much more depth the setups for your MOZA wheelbase. If you have the R3 or the R3 or the R5 or the R9 or the R12 or the R21 or 25 or no matter, or 16, I think is one. No matter what your wheelbase is, they'll show you how to set that up the best you can and configure the settings as well, depending on what platform you are on and also what game you would be playing on. And that's why I'm not, where am I? Come back. That's why I'm not going to be doing that part for you today. And it's not because I don't have the information. For me, I'm going to be playing Forza Motorsport and the new Forza Horizon 6. Maybe I'll do small videos here at some point that show you what my own settings are, and that'll be a separate thing. But it heavily depends on your specific wheelbase, the platform you're playing on, and the game you're playing on. So for me to give you the information, for me playing Forza Motorsport on Xbox, on the R3, and give you the settings only for that, I wouldn't want you to by mistake put those settings on if you're using a different platform or a different game or so on. Just because it very easily could be different. You're going to apply those settings, then you're going to go into my comment section and be like, your settings suck. You suck. So, I don't want to I'd rather redirect you to somewhere where you can get the proper information for your configuration as quick as you can, because I know how frustrating it is to set these things up sometimes. So yeah, that's the, oh, go back. That is the wheel and wheelbase. Come here, little tiny wheel base. It's so, like, it might be a few pounds, but the other one's like, feels like it's 12 or 15 pounds, maybe more. It could be 20. I don't know. This thing is so tiny. Tiny and light. Anyway, here is the wheels. There really isn't all that much that's special about or pedals, sorry, wheels. Now the pressure required is much more than I thought it was going to be. And there is a noticeable lighter feel on the gas, which is very nice. And it's not, I know people are saying it's a linear push, and it might be, but it doesn't feel like it. Like, it's very well done. It's just a spring, a loaded spring, that's on tension. But it's a very nice, and you get good distance on it too, so you can really play around with where you are. I found the Fanatec wheels. I don't remember their distance being this much. Like, that's a good distance. Anyway, I focused on that a little too much. It's very nice. The brakes are tougher. Like, I know they have an upgrade, and it gets tougher as you go, which is really nice. I know there's an upgrade piece you can buy for the brake that you put somewhere in the back here, and it's just, apparently it really, really ramps up the brake feel and is a very nice upgrade at some point. And I'll probably do that, and we'll review it and talk about it. But there's not much to say about this. You get your plate, you get the two pedals. On the bottom, it is just one cord that plugs in from your gas into the brake, and on the brake side, it just says throttle. So you plug your throttle into the throttle port, and then on this side, I believe there is the wheelbase connection and also a clutch connection at some point. If you end up getting the clutch, you'd plug the clutch into there, if that makes sense. That had me slightly confused initially. Okay. Following that, let's go over some of the extra parts. As mentioned, we had the It came with the table clamp, which is a very nice add-on. Why'd I switch there? I'm going right back. Then we have all of the accessories. And there is a good amount of them. Or not accessory, but like components required at some point for something. I don't really know what all of them are for. Well, I know what some of them are for. So we have our main power connection. So this plug into here, into the wall. Yes, into the wall. Power. And this plugs right into the wheelbase. So that's what we have right there. Now this is cool. I'm pretty sure this somehow connects to the wheelbase connection. Not the power. Oh, it's to the Xbox, I believe. Yes, it is. So this is your Xbox cord. This plugs into that little side there. Let's take it out. I'm gonna have to anyway. I'm not sure if I'll use this, but I'm guessing this means that it's a delicate component. But and I have cats, so this might come in handy, especially if they're running around and run into the cord. So I'm guessing this means that this is a delicate component right there. So that'll plug into the wheelbase, and this end, where is it? Oh, it's in there. The USB plugs into the Xbox. This is, I believe, a safety switch. So it's like if you knock into it, it will quickly release this so it doesn't yank it out of the port on either your wheelbase or your Xbox, but probably mainly your wheelbase is what you're concerned about, and that's exactly what that connects to. So that's really cool. That's a nice add-on, thoughtful add-on. I'm guessing they've had that issue happen before. And then this here would be your connections from your pedals to the wheelbase. So that's what this cord is. Now here, I'm sure, now this is just a lot of random stuff. Wrench. It came with screws for the pedal set, which was nice. But there's some wonky screws going on in here. There's hex nuts, there's screws. I'm sure it's for mounting purposes and so on. Like I know these are going to be for I'm pretty sure those are for the pedals onto your sim racing rig. Another pedal. Now these little ones, these are what you use to four of them to put each pedal onto your pedal bracket, I'm going to call it. Now the rest of these, I don't know. We have hex nuts, and then we have these three, I believe three, screws, like shorter screws, thick, short screws. And then we have these long ones, which I'm not sure what those are for quite yet. And then, yeah, there's another one of those for that little tube thing that I'm guessing is for the pedals onto a racing rig. Some more of the tiny screws, probably for clutch pedal, your two hex keys, and a tiny wrench. So that's what's in that little packet for tool accessories, but more just add-on pieces. Now there's this as well, which was confusing. Oh, okay. So these would be for your wheelbase. I recognize these from Fanatec's, and they have the washers just to protect your wheelbase, mainly your wheelbase. And then there's also a spacer in here, and I'm not quite sure. Oh, wait, not a spacer. That's just for a cord. Sweet. That's probably what goes to your pedals. I see. So that's what that is right there. That is just wheelbase onto sim racing rig. And that would be all. That's everything that came. Well, here. Let me grab the table clamp quick. We might as well go over that. Hello. Found it. There we go. It's my headset. Okay. All right. So, yes, this is what I was talking about for the table clamp, and it is really tiny. There's not much to it, but it's really nice. They have it angled, and yeah, you would just, well, as expected, unscrew, screw back onto a table, and if I had a table that had proper lips on it in here, they're odd. They indent in the back so it wouldn't sit flush. That's why I can't use normal table clamps in here for anything, for any of the lighting, anything. I can't use table clamps. It's just a weird desk. Anyway, otherwise I would probably end up using this, even though I have the sim racing rig. So otherwise, or now I have to figure out how to get the sim racing rig into this room and see if I can still be on camera. So that'll be fun to figure out. Anyway, yeah, that's the only other piece that comes in your racing bundle. Yeah, that's about it. Where am I? Come back. Come here. So yeah, sorry, I'm out of breath. That was a lot of words for me. That's about it. That's the R3 MOZA bundle. If you go and look at price comparisons from MOZA to Fanatec, even within MOZA, if you're just getting into this, this is a amazing option to have in the sim racing community. You can go Logitech. I'm not saying you can't. You can go Thrustmaster. I'm not saying you can't. You absolutely can. But those are belt-driven wheelbases. And not only do belt drive wheelbases have lots of problems, they do work in a sense. It's just that was the original concept for when they first came up with sim racing. That was the original technology, and now we have direct drive. And that is our modern sim racing technology. And this is, from what I can see, for the wheelbase, for the wheel, for the pedals, it is pricier. I think US, it's not pricier. I'm saying it's a chunk of money. I don't know if it was $350 US or $300 US. For me, it was uh, 450 Canadian. Taxes shipping in, it was 550 Canadian. So whatever the conversion is there, maybe 400 US. After all is said and done, ish. Don't quote me on that. It could be a little bit off. That's really good. If you look at it, you end up getting the wheelbase itself for $100. If you were to just go, now you can't buy that on its own. You can't buy the R3 wheelbase on its own. If you were to buy the wheel and the pedals, which the pedals you also can't buy on their own technically, these are the SRP Lite. You can buy the SRP ones or the original SRP pedals and use those as a comparison measure. And yeah, you would end up getting the wheelbase for $100 in this bundle. And to buy the R5, I'm pretty sure is 3 times that. So you're saving 200, 300, whatever, however much. You're saving a huge chunk of money getting this bundle first. And then you can still upgrade the wheelbase and use your wheel and pedals with that new wheelbase if you want more power at some point. And that's what got me. There's a place around where I live that they have a sim racing. They do sim racing stuff, and they use MOZA equipment on everything. So I hope it works. I hope it works as well as it possibly can. I'm gonna set up and get all of the uh, drivers installed, and also get um, the pit house installed. Play around with the settings and figure out what settings work. I've done some research already, so I've an idea in mind. I'm so nervous after dealing with Fanatec and drivers and Fantech software and stuff that it's almost like PTSD with sim racing equipment. I don't want to break anything, but it doesn't seem like you can. It doesn't seem like you will. Actually, the instructions say you could theoretically plug it right into the Xbox and it might work. It's not, well, it will work. It's not going to feel tuned properly. So I just, um, to save myself the headache, I'm going to tune it first. I'm going to play around with it, and I'll say probably a month. I'll give myself a month and come back and do a full in-depth review and my thoughts and opinions on the experience using this bundle. And I hope it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that is my review. Not review. That's my unboxing and initial thoughts for the MOZA R3 bundle. I am extremely excited for Forza Horizon 6. We'll have lots of gameplay and episodes coming out on that at some point. Got to get back into Destiny here soon too, if you haven't seen that first video. And there's lots planned. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. And like usual, aim, have hope. What am I saying? Aim, dream, have hope, and drive to justify love and passion always. Oh my lord, it's been a minute. My bad. Yeah, that's everything for now. Stay happy if possible, stay safe, and take her easy. I'll see you in the next one.